Hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and this is my second time recording this because I realized I had absolutely no video whatsoever the last one. But oh boy, we are back with another UFC card, but unfortunately, we're back at the Apex. 2 weeks ago, we got to watch Gilbert Burns get murdered. I'm happy because I've been high on Michael Morales for a bit, not happy because he had to kill my boy Gilbert Burns. Sad, but true. Metallica song. But here we are, Blanchfield versus Barber. I will be honest, you guys, this is not a good card. I'm not that excited for this card, and not many matchups on this card are very good. I think realistically we only kind of care for the co-main event, but yeah, Blanchfield and Barber are both very good fighters, and they're definitely like better to watch than most of the women's MMA. Like, I think they're really good. It's just that they don't really incite me to sit in front of my TV for 8 hours on end to watch these two. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways. It's just that I'd prefer, if I were to do it, to be a more exciting fight than this. But oh well, regardless, let's break down this card. This time actually showing video. So first fight is gonna be Rayan Dos Santos versus Elise Ardelin. By the way, just as a spoiler, I know I like to say I don't give these picks before seeing the odds, but I saw the odds for the first two fights. Rayan Dos Santos versus Elise Ardelin. This is not that good of a matchup. Both fighters have no wins in UFC. Rayan Dos Santos lost on the Contender Series to Denise Gomes, and Elise Ardelin, I initially think she had one win in the UFC. She is 0-2 in the UFC. Dos Santos, I feel, was better on the regional scene, but from what we've seen in the UFC, I think the skills of Ardelin has been slightly better. Granted, you could say Dos Santos could have potentially won those fights she had. It doesn't matter. Both are 0-2 in the UFC. This is not a matchup you really want to see or bet. Odds-wise, Rayan Dos Santos is the minus 270, and then Ardelin is plus 220. I am actually taking Ardelin by decision. Mikel Medeiros versus Balaji Oki. Much like my first take, there is not a whole ton on this fight. Balaji Oki is pretty explosive, he's very aggressive, and he's got some really good power. Mikel Medeiros, on the other hand, I just feel is a more tactical fighter. I think he's going to fight better at distance, sticking and moving. I think his movement's going to be a high factor in this fight. So I'm going to be leaning towards Medeiros to get it done via decision. I am actually I'm on the underdog with this one. Medeiros is going to be a plus 145 to Balaji Oki's minus 175. I like that. Now, Kurt Holobaugh versus Jordan Levitt. I finally caught up to where I was. When I first saw this matchup on paper, I was like, oh, Jordan Levitt, easy, 100%. But then I remembered inactivity. Jordan Levitt, like, where has this guy been? I believe injury, and also he had a kid, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't got any problem with your sexuality, but I really gotta say, man, I thought this dude would have for sure been gay. If you had to point one person on the UFC roster that I thought would have been gay, I thought it was Jordan Levitt or Sean Strickland. But man, it's not Jordan Levitt, and it's probably Sean Strickland. But yeah. So regardless, inactivity. This guy has not fought since 2023. Yikes! Almost 2 years. Yikes! You guys know how I feel about inactivity, but it's hard to pick Kurt Holobaugh when Holobaugh's a dog. He's a brawler. He's dangerous on the feet. Not a ton of knockout power, but he will land shots and he will land volume on you. But his takedown defense is horrible. And Jordan Levitt, while not a really tactical wrestler, he's very strong. His boy's got freakish gorilla strength. Isn't that like his name too? I forgot his name. Isn't it the Monkey King? Yeah, it's the Monkey King. That makes a lot of sense with how freakishly strong this guy is. He will definitely get this fight to the ground at some point, and Holobaugh doesn't have good get-up game. He's perfectly content with sitting on the ground, playing the kind of jiu-jitsu game, kind of. He's like, I believe he's a black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but like, he doesn't use it right. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't like Holobaugh in this matchup. I want to pick the guy who's more active, but you just can't. So I'm going to go Levitt to get done by decision, and I feel that's going to be a bad pick. Odds-wise, Levitt is minus 198. Hallbaugh is plus 164. I mean, that makes perfect sense. It really does. Andreas Gustafsson versus Officer Trevin Giles. This is a short nose replacement for Giles, is it not? Yes. It's supposed to be Jeremiah Wells. Trevin Giles. He's... It's also a bigger weight class. It's actually a catch weight as well, too. Like, Trevin Giles, he's chinny, very fast hand speed, but very poor fight decisions, poor fight IQ. Leads me to just think he's probably going to get knocked out. I'm not going to lie. His chin may be better at the bigger weight class, but I don't know. I think it's going to be harder at the bigger weight class compared to Andreas Gustafsson, who's very aggressive. He's a very aggressive pressure wrestler. Jesus. And he has some really nasty, dirty boxing in the clinch. Those could pose massive problems for Trevin Giles. I'm going to lean towards Gustafsson. I think in the smaller cage in the Apex too, he's going to be on him like glue, get him down to the ground, eventually get a ground and pound TKO. I think that's pretty easy. Let's see. Gustafsson, where are you? Probably don't have the odds out, actually, now I'm thinking about it. No, it's right here. Minus 155. And then plus 130 for Giles. That makes perfect sense. All right, Gustafsson. I wrote Gustafsson decision initially. I'm keeping the knockout. I just realized that. Ketlin Vieira versus Maycee Chiasson. I don't. Nah. This is. I don't know. Typically, Maycee Chiasson's a very good fighter. She's usually winning most of her fights before she ends up losing a lot of time. I think she's just on the brink of it. I think she's got a lot of really good aspects. It's also weird. This is a matchup between ranked fighters, and it's... Oh, well, there's only one more fight. God, this card's bad. But I just think she's the better, more complete fighter than Ketlin Vieira. Ketlin Vieira, yeah, she's coming off that loss to Kayla Harrison. And she did look good against, well, she looked better than most against Kayla Harrison, but I still just am not sold on Ketlin Vieira. I'm not sold on her. I, on the other hand, think Maycee Chiasson, I think she just needs one little, like, tweak to her game to be able to get it. And I think that she's going to get it in this fight and finally be good, essentially. I just think she's overall more technical. Ketlin Vieira, I think, is a little bit more reckless, a little bit more wild. Good hooks, but just the recklessness in this could be a problem. I do think Ketlin Vieira will survive all the way throughout the fight because she is very durable. So I'm going to be taking Maycee Chiasson to get it done by decision. And minus 150 for 115 for Chiasson and minus 105 for Ketlin Vieira. So pretty much even. Makes sense. Jafal Filho versus Alan Nascimento. I feel like Filho is withering. He's always been pretty basic with good pressure, good striking, grappling, but he just gets outworked. I think the grappling in this fight is going to be relatively canceled for both guys, and I think Alan is just more skilled. Very skilled with good technical abilities, more athletic. The only problem is Nascimento is he's just not active again. I really, really highly rate activity. I really do. I need to stress to you the best way to get better is just to be out there and fight. And Nascimento doesn't really do that much, to be honest with you. I still, like I said, I'm going to go with Filho to get it done by decision. I'm going to go Filho decision. I'm going to pick the more active guy. It's just that, like I said, I'm not super confident in this one. Filo's plus 130. Minus 115 for Nascimento. Yes, Madia, I'm going to regret that. I won't bet it, though. Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. Now on the main card, and this is sad. This is very sad. Very, very, very sad. Zachary Reese is a very powerful and explosive kickboxer. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good. He got knocked out by Cody Brundage. He was Cody Brundage. What the hell? And then he beat freaking Jose Medina and Julian Marquez. Like, this guy's not good, man. He's not good. It's just that his grappling is the main problem why he's losing these fights. But Dusko Todorovic, he's got some good ground and pound. He can have some occasional good power, but like he's just bad. It hurts. If you know me, you know he's Serbian. Well, from Montenegro, but Serbian, aka Yugoslavian. I'm Yugoslavian. I want to root for my people, but my people, they suck. They suck. That's why I claim the Polish in me. That's why I root for fighters like Jan Blachowicz and stuff like that, who's also not on the winning streak. But it's just, it's a sad one for me. I think Dusko is going to get pieced up on the feet. If he gets it to the ground, which he can do, Reese is not good on the ground, he can win. But I'm going to be going with Zachary Reese. I just think he's going to be the overall better fighter. The poor head movement of Dusko is going to get him knocked out. The body kicks of Zachary Reese are very nasty. I could see him just peppering him with the body. Eventually, Dusko is going to be dropping his hands, trying to protect the body. He's going to get freaking flatlined with a clean hook. And I'm going to be sad. Dusko is plus 195 to the minus 238 Zachary Reese. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, my face. Oh, God. Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby. He wins when I count him out. He loses when I'm picking him. I don't got a good read on this guy, so I don't like this fight because of that. It should be a fun one, though. Jacoby is a very talented kickboxer coming from Glory. He's a little more battle worn. He's old. What is he, 38 at this point? I think he is. He's old, long in the teeth. It's just not looking good against a younger and very dangerous Bruno Lopez. I think Lopez is extremely basic, but he has good fight IQ and he's solid in all aspects. And I think he's a harder hitter. Neither guy is a super power puncher, but I think Bruno Lopez will be able to land a harder shot and just chin Jacoby. I don't know. Actually, I do know. I think Jacoby's going to lose this one. It's hard because, like I said, I get his fights wrong all the time. I'll be honest with you. But I think this is towards the end for Jacoby, to be honest with you. Jacoby is a minus 185 favorite to the plus 154 Lopez. That makes you want to change my pick, honestly, but that's why I do that. It makes you want to change my pick, man. Watch, the one time I'm against him, he's going to get it. Every time I've been against him, he gets it. Every time I've been on him, he doesn't get it. I don't know. Hard one for me. But yeah, Bruno Lopez. I'm picking Bruno Lopez by TKO, by the way. Billy Ray Goff. God, I hate those shorts. I hate the style of those shorts. Billy Ray Goff versus Ramiz Brahimaj. I'm not high in Brahimaj. I'm not high. Also, this is a short notice fight too, is it not? Yeah, Brahimaj was supposed to fight Oben Elliott. Billy Ray Goff, I think, is going to beat the shit out of Brahimaj, to be honest with you. Billy Ray Goff it's a better matchup than Oben Elliott, but not by much, honestly. Brahimaj is probably thinking, oh, God, I don't have to fight Oben Elliott. And they're like, all right, cool, you're fighting Billy Ray Goff. And it's like, fuck you. Billy Ray Goff, I think, is just going to piece him apart. I'm sorry. I think he's stronger, more powerful. I think Ramiz Brahimaj's grappling is not as good as a lot of people want to believe or think. I think this should easily go in his favor, but short notice fight, so I don't like to usually pick those, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Billy Ray Goff is minus 340 to the plus 270 Ramiz Brahimaj. I thought it'd be closer and we could get a steal, but fuck us. All right. On to the next fight. We're going to have the co-main event of the evening. Oh, God, this is the co-main event. But this is the best fight on the card, in my opinion. Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovic Klein. Remember I said about claiming the Polskis? Yeah, let's go. Claiming Mateusz. But yeah, Mateusz Gamrot, I think he's just going to be the better fighter overall. Ludwig Klein is the better striker. Gamrot's worked on his striking, but still not amazing. Ludwig Klein, on the other hand, he's a very talented striker. He can absolutely overwhelm people, but he needs to overpower Gamrot, because Gamrot will just eat shots and keep grappling. He's just going to chain wrestle to all hell, especially being in the smaller cage. Ludwig Klein, on the other hand, I just don't think he has the power to get Gamrot off, or the jiu-jitsu to keep him at bay, like what a Benil Dariush did to him like a few years prior now, or Dan Hooker did. I just think Gamrot's just going to be the overall cleaner fighter. If it does stay on the feet, though, Klein absolutely is live to win this fight. I also do think Gamrot's not that boring. I like his grappling. I like how he gets submissions. He's had some poor fights here and there, but I still think he's a very good fighter. And I think he's more entertaining than Merab or Bilal ever was. So get that in my face. Oh, the Bilal fight most recently was good, but yeah. I'm going to go with Gamrot to get it done by decision, but he is also very live for submission. He's been out for a little bit, so I don't know. And on to the main event of the evening. Erin Blanchfield versus Maycee Barber. Flyweight matchup. Erin Blanchfield's going to be 26 years old. 13 wins, 2 losses, 2 knockouts, 4 submissions, 5'4" in terms of height. Orthodox stance, 66-inch reach advantage, a 1.86 takedown average, a 53.14% significant strike accuracy, minus 250 favorite. Significant wins over Thug Rose, Talia Santos, Jessica Andrade, and Molly McCann. Maycee Barber, 27 years old, 14 wins, 2 losses, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions, 5'5" in terms of height. Switch stance, 65-inch reach, disadvantage, a 1.44 takedown average, a 56.95% significant strike accuracy, plus 200 underdog. Significant wins over Ketlin Sermonada. I just heard her name pronounced. I just heard it pronounced yesterday. Amanda Ribas, Andrea Lee, and Jessica Ai. Like I alluded to, this fight is not bad. It's not bad. Erin Blanchfield, her last performance, I wasn't too keen on. I thought it was uninspired. But she had some pretty good finishes over Andrade and Molly McCann and Jessica Aldrich. Or JJ Aldrich. But you look back and like, 2 of them are cans, and Andrade is well past her prime. So I don't know. Meanwhile, Maycee Barber, on the other hand, she's had some good fights, actually. She's actually had some not bad fights. Like, the fight against Ribas wasn't bad. Thought she had more than that, but actually it's just that one. I think I like the Maverick fight, but I can't remember that. Either way, it's just that really what this fight's going to come down to, on the feet, Blanchfield needs to have improved their striking. Otherwise, Maycee will pepper with shots, but she's not going to knock her out. Maycee just doesn't have knockout ability to knock out someone like Blanchfield. She can knock out some lesser fighters, but not Blanchfield. She can piece her up over the course of 5 rounds, but then you're really expecting Blanchfield to not get any takedowns or control time. But if she does get those takedowns, she really needs to actually do damage, not just hold for position. I don't think she's going to get the submission on a Barber. I think that's going to be harder of an ask, but she can still do it. It's just that I'm leaning more towards a decision. Blanchfield's also fought the better brand of competition as well, too. Thug Rose and Talia Santos. Like, I memed on the Andrade and McCann fights, but the Santos and Thug Rose fights, those are good wins that really put a feather in Blanchfield's cap compared to Barber, who's really hadn't fought the best of competition at all, honestly. Like, Amanda Ribas is the best person she's fought, an older Amanda Ribas. So I'm leaning towards Blanchfield. I think the experience edge will be a factor. It's just that the striking can be dangerous. The switch stance striking of Maycee Barber can pose problems, but if it gets to the ground, I think Blanchfield's got it. So I'm going to be taking Erin Blanchfield to get it done via a decision. Submission is possible, but not as likely. And that is going to be it for this card. Please let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. I will probably be watching this card. I say probably, but I always do. But yeah, pray it's just a good card. Once again, this has been your boy Gomi. Bye-bye.